What's going on, guys? So this video is going to be a little different than most of mine. So I made a video kind of similar to this about a couple months ago, and it did really well, the Broke to Millionaire one. So this one, you see the title, Depressed to Millionaire, in whatever time frame I use, I don't know. It was quick. But as always, first, proof. Oh, let me move this real quick. Since everyone always wants to see and no one believes. Here you go. There you go. There's the dates. There's one of my 7 sources of income. You can see 200, 200, 200. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, let's begin the real conversation. So, again, this is going to be a little bit serious, which aren't most of my videos. But I think a lot of people will be able to relate. A lot of people are probably in the same position I was in and whatnot. So, depressed millionaire. Let me just give you a little background on kind of my story from high school to now. So, for those of you that don't know right now, I'm 22. If you're new to my channel, I do a bunch of different things online. I sell on Amazon, affiliate marketing. I have a course teaching those. I do YouTube, a bunch of different things. So let's jump back. Let's jump to my story. So, always a little kid. I was playing sports. I was always kind of quiet, but when I was doing sports, I was kind of outgoing. I would talk to people a little bit. And then once I hit high school is when things really changed for me. So, hitting puberty, it's hard, blah, blah, blah. But it was different for me because that was the time I got really quiet. Just because you're not confident at all in high school. You feel awkward. I wish I'll try and throw a picture up here for you guys to see what I looked like, and we can see why. But if you like that bowl cut, let me know. But it was hard for me because I went to a private school, so I didn't know anyone. Everyone else I knew went to a different school, so I didn't initially make any friends. I didn't really talk to anyone because I didn't know anyone. You're 14. I felt uncomfortable. I was a little bit chubby for me, so I felt uncomfortable. I didn't really talk to anyone. So I was just really quiet. I wasn't doing anything. I was playing sports, and in sports I was always good. And I was more outgoing because I was one of the better ones, so I was confident in that area. So in high school, that's all I really had. I would come home, I'd play video games, go back to school. Now my freshman year, I got C's and D's. I had D's for a while, and then I got them to C's barely. But it was bad. I was very depressed at the time. I didn't know. And now, we'll get to that in a little bit. But, so fast forward, so that's freshman year, I was doing that. It wasn't too bad. Sophomore year is when it got really bad. So my grades were okay. I was doing like A's, B's, C's. That's what I did kind of every year. And I was just really quiet, felt uncomfortable. So I would always, now, it's not the point where like, okay, I'm like the quiet, like awkward kid and then people bullied me. People never messed with me. But it wasn't like, oh, I have a small group of friends and they're nerdy. It was, I had no friends. I had like nobody, so it was just me. So I'd always bring my headphones. I would go and sit in the bathroom and eat my lunch because I didn't want to be seen eating alone at the table, which later changed junior and senior year, but we'll get to that. So that's how bad it was for me. I would do all my homework during lunch, get home, and I'd play video games the rest of the time. And I just didn't do anything, didn't have like a purpose really, didn't feel like I did. And then let's fast forward to senior year. We'll skip. So junior year, senior year, I started going to the gym. I started getting a little bit more confident, so I didn't care. I ate alone, went in the library, did my thing. It's amazing how much confidence the gym really brought me, and that was kind of my thing that defined me now. So a lot of you might be struggling. This is why I initially was struggling with is I didn't have like a purpose. I know it sounds cheesy, but what do you do every day? What defines you? If someone thinks about you, what was it? For me, it was the gym at the time. Now it's obviously entrepreneurship and multiple things, but it's hard when it's one thing. So let's say all I had was entrepreneurship. If I do bad one month and start like losing money, and that's the thing that defines me, that's where my value as a person is in my head, then I'm going to get depressed from that. So I had that one thing, which is good. I was building something. I didn't have anything before really except for sports, but that was very off and on. So senior, started going to the gym, getting more confidence, which was good. Still had no friends, still ate alone. That was my whole high school year. And I was just doing the same thing, going to the gym, but I still wasn't happy. And this is when it got really bad, junior, senior year. Now, when I say depressed, there wasn't like one event like someone dying or like bad family situation. It was never any of that. There was never anything wrong, but this is where you guys will be able to relate. I guarantee there's a lot of you, because I didn't think, it didn't make sense to me, so I'm like, no one else has this, this is me, I'm just weird. There's nothing wrong, and I feel it's hard to like picture the future much. Now, I never got like suicidal, but it was hard to see the future, see things getting better. I was bored. Nothing sounds fun. Everything sounds blah. Everything's blah. You get up, blech. And like, nothing sounds fun. I wouldn't go do anything. I'd sit inside all day and felt lonely and whatnot. The only time I wouldn't feel lonely is if I had a girlfriend, and then I'd hang out with them 24/7, and then it wouldn't be good for relationships and whatnot. So it hurt a lot of things. And then finally, my senior year, I started taking some medicine, just like depression medicine. And I was kind of stubborn for a year, not wanting to. I was like, I don't need that. Like, I don't want to depend on it, blah, 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 which was stupid because for me, it's a chemical imbalance. There's no way to really fix it other than medicine. So I started taking that, and within the month, it was not instant. It takes like a month, but I felt like I wanted to go do more things. I started getting into the entrepreneurship stuff. I was getting more into fitness. I started becoming more outgoing. Now, that could be some confidence, but I think it has a lot to do with that, because if I miss that for a day or two, it goes straight back to everything being blah and boring and nothing sounds fun. Now, it's funny because when I was in high school, even when I was like 14, 15, I was sad. I was like, this sucks. It's going to be like this for a while, but I see things getting better. And it was funny because I said when I'm like 21, 22, I see things getting better. So that's why I never was like suicidal. Like, I always knew things would get better. I just didn't know when, even though it's hard to see like the future, like, oh, what I'm doing now doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. And I think a big part of that, other than if you have that balance, because a lot of people do. Most of my whole family does, so don't be afraid to take the medicine. But a lot of it is having something that defines you, having a purpose, having, for me, now I have fitness, I have entrepreneurship, I have a bunch of different things. And if one thing I lose, I can always go get another. I rely on the other ones. But, so, fast forward 18, 19, when I started kind of taking it, and that's when I really started changing. I started making some friends, doing more things, going out and actually doing things. Before, I would never do anything. And that's when I started researching entrepreneurship, because instead of just sitting here being bored, maybe playing video games, I wanted to go do something that would be better. I kind of like aspirations and goals now and whatnot. I did before, but they were like, whatever. It wasn't, like I said, everything is just blah. Blah, that's the best way to describe it. And I know a lot of you probably relate to that right now. And if you're feeling the same thing, especially if you're 14 to 18, that's normal. So many people go through it. If you still feel that all the time, no matter what your situation is, look into depression medicine. It helps so much. But that's when I started looking into things and whatnot. And a big part of it also was the confidence. So I went from eating in the bathroom at 17 because I didn't want people to see me, to doing what I'm doing now, being on YouTube, talking to everyone in front of tens of thousands of people, sharing everything I do, strictly from having the confidence, having things that define me, and the medicine. Now, a lot of you, it might be your situation. So even if you are in a bad situation, find something that can define you. Give yourself like a purpose. Go find something, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's going to the gym. But confidence is such a big factor in success. And as soon as you get confidence in one thing, and for me, it was physical, it was in the gym. Maybe it doesn't have to be for you. Maybe you have that already. Maybe it's mental or something. But once you get something that defines you and you want to work on it every single day at getting better, for me, like I say, I go to the gym every morning, I then work every morning, and I play video games every night because I like those too. So once you get something that defines you, find something. And I know a lot of you are saying, I don't know how to find it. It can take some time, but start looking around. You'll find it quicker. Now, don't get disappointed if, I know I have younger people, but 14 to 18 is hard. It's hard. Just do your own thing, focus on yourself, and know that it does get better. So that was my thing. I always knew, but I didn't know when. It's funny in my head, like I said, 21, 22, which is when things really changed for me. And don't be afraid to take the medicine, guys. I'm telling you, that changed so much. Guess this is more depression talk than a depressed to millionaire, but if you're seeing me for the first time, I started watching a bunch of stuff on YouTube. I started learning. I took a couple courses, and I learned how to make money a little bit. And then my confidence went from, okay, now the gym defines me, so now the gym and entrepreneurship define me. Now I do Amazon, and I started doing that. Confidence got up, And then I started doing more things like affiliate marketing. I started my YouTube. And if you go watch my first YouTube video, I'm quiet. It's kind of awkward and whatnot, but it's crazy how fast things can change and how much they can change, especially when it doesn't seem like they can at all, when you're depressed, when I know a lot of you are probably like, I'm broke, I have no friends, I sit inside all day, I watch YouTube videos, I watch TV, I play video games, that's all I do. And deep down, you don't like it. I know you don't, but it's what keeps you a little bit happy because you don't know what else to do. But I'm telling you guys, find something that can define you, where you find yourself, where you have worth. Because when you don't have something that defines you, you feel you have no purpose, you feel you have no worth. So you have to find that. And once you do, just go all out in it. Like for me, like I said it like 10 times, but fitness. I would go every single day, no matter what. I'd come home, I'd watch YouTube videos, I'd do other things, and then I'd play a little bit of video games. But fitness, probably 4 to 6 hours a day, every single day for 2-3 years. And then it moved a little bit, still focused a lot on that, hour or two a day now. And now it's entrepreneurship, doing different things, learning, and then doing. So, again, guys, I just want to stress this because there are people that can relate to you. I didn't think there was because it sounds so weird, especially when you don't have an issue like, oh, my dad just died, so like I'm depressed or something like that, or I'm broke, I have a terrible family situation. If everything's great and you just feel unhappy, like you don't want to go do anything, like if someone asks you to go do something, you're like, it doesn't sound fun, like I can't picture that being fun, I'm just then literally just go tell the doctor and they can help you. But if you guys have any questions or you want to share your story kind of below, or if you want my opinion on anything, just leave them in the comments below. It's turned a little different in the video than I thought it would, but I think it's a helpful video. I hope some of you can relate, and this will help some of you. But don't be, like, I never wanted to consider myself depressed because it's such, like, a bad label. I'm like, nothing's wrong. Like, it's like an imbalance with serotonin. And I didn't want to call myself, like, depressed, but I got over it and finally stopped being stubborn, so I'm very stubborn. So leave me some comments and let me know. Tell me your story, kind of where you are. Even if you are sad and you don't know what to do and blah, 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 let me know. Because once you find that thing that defines you, once you can get things going and just get the confidence, which is the main thing, confidence so much, things really start to change. So let me know how I can help you guys. Leave me some comments. Tell me your story. I'll reply to them all. But hope you enjoyed that video. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. I do daily uploads. I teach entrepreneurship. So I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.